Hey, how's everyone doing? Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to make a video. It's been a long time since I updated my videos here on this particular subject. As you can see from the title, I'm basically going to be talking about the Rogaine and the Minoxidil rather on, for growing a beard, which obviously you can already tell didn't work, but I'll kind of explain that. And then I want to review a hair loss shampoo that I've been trying for about a year. I've been wanting to do a review for a while, but I haven't had the time. And it's Christmas. I'm on Christmas break from my job, so I figured this would be a good time to make some videos about some stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Minoxidil for the beard growth. Now obviously you can see, if I zoom in here now, this one's kind of, so you can see it, and people are still amazed to this day when like they see how thick like the jawline, and like if I let this go, you can see in some of my other videos, like it just completely, gets all bushy, and this whole thing, like I can grow a line, like a chin strap beard like nobody's business. It's perfect. Even under here, I have no spot issues at all. The cheeks and the sideburns and the cheeks. So that's been my problem. So as we can zoom in here and see, it's going to be hard to pick up on the camera because it's hard for me to see. But so what I did was I took regular, Minoxidil, and basically I did it for about 6 months. And you can see, if you go to my channel, my homepage, you can see like the little experiment I was doing. I did it for, I recorded it for a couple weeks, and then I didn't really record it again. I still did it, but I just didn't record it. I'm gonna have to say, I don't know if I don't want to say that it definitely doesn't work, but I don't think it works, at least not for me, to the extent that I was hoping it would. Now this here, see, this is kind of my other problem. This is mostly natural. I had all this, you can see on the other videos, pretty much before I started like the Rogaine experiment or the Minoxidil. I had all this, most of it. And over here again, I had, I have this little, you can't see it on here, but there are like some prickly hairs here. Now, what you can't see, probably won't, you can kind of see like right here, here, here. There's some white hairs here. There are some white hairs. Now this spot right here used to be completely, it's still pretty bald right here. Like if I run my finger down, this has been growing. I think I've had this for, oh geez, I don't know, at least maybe a month, couple weeks, a month. But it's definitely, I stopped using the Rogaine like, almost what? At least 6 months ago, I stopped, rubbing it on my face and everything. I did it probably for a good 4 or 5 months, and I just saw pretty much no improvement, no results. So I just stopped. Now again, I have a lot of white hairs that are growing here. Now I don't know if that's really the result of the Minoxidil or something else. Again, and there is some, you can kind of see here, there is some stubble here, not right here. There is stuff around here, but there's still a little tiny bald spot here. So I've just kind of said, screw it. And I'm just kind of letting it all grow in right now. I haven't trimmed anything other than, down here, but I haven't trimmed my lip. I'm getting to the point where I should start being able to part it. So I'm going to say that it wasn't a success. Maybe I didn't give it long enough, but I feel like 4 or 5 months should be enough time to see something. Now, again, I've shaved many times. Now, I don't know if I didn't really see a bunch of research on this because I know it's just people testing it, like kind of on YouTube and stuff, but I didn't see if a minoxidil beard, like you have to keep using minoxidil. I don't think so. I think if you get it to work, like then the hair just stays there. Like you don't have to rub it on every day or your hair will fall out. Like I don't think the beard works the same as the head. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to say that was a negative. I don't think it works. At least it doesn't for me. Some of the videos I saw of people, you know, they had results much faster than I did. So, I mean, I can grow a good just line here if I, you know, need to. If I want to just have that beard and, you know, just own what I got and just do the chin, you know, I may have to just do that. Again, I don't have any problem. Like, it's so weird. If I let like all my hair grow in, basically, like literally my chest hair, like my hair will run. It runs like all the way down. There's stubble, like it doesn't stop anywhere. Like it will connect. Like my whole neck will just fill in with hair. Like my whole, it's so weird. So that's why it's like sometimes I'm just so shocked that like this happened. Now, if I had this kind of growth over here, it wouldn't be that bad. Now I account this, you know, normally, because you can see, normally, you know, is the facial hair I mean, it's growing in like pretty much even on both sides as far as the thickness. So like it's following the same, pretty much the same line. Even like this right here is following the same thing. There's a little, you know, you can see like a little patch right here, but that will fill in pretty quickly here soon. So again, all this, it's like the same, it's weird how it grows in. Like I don't have like patchy here, you know, this again will fill in. You can see my other videos where I had it a lot thicker than this. But yeah, like no spots under here. I account this, I really think that this is from sleeping. Now I know they say that, you know, a lot of times hair on the face doesn't grow because of like chin, like blood flow. So this is the side I sleep on and have basically slept on this side, you know, pretty much as far back as I can remember, like at least from probably when I was like a teenager, you know, early teenager till now, I like have to fall asleep on my right side. So I think, you know, kind of like when you wear socks, you know, a lot of times it starts to like the hair kind of gets bald there. Like I think just from so many years, and I don't really toss and turn a lot, at least not that I know of, because a lot of times I'll wake up in the same exact spot that I went to sleep in. Now again, I could roll around 1,000 times a night and then just happen to fall back in the same spot. But usually like when I close my eyes and I open them, I'm like, it's like the same thing. You know, I've never recorded myself, but that's going off on a tangent. So I really think that this lack of growth on this side has to do with sleeping. I really do. And a lot of times I'll like push my face over, or it goes up like this, or, you know, and it's cutting off the blood flow and stuff. So I really think that's the case there. So I'm going to say the minoxidil beard doesn't work for me. You know, obviously you're welcome to try it, but I'm pretty much giving up on that one. I mean, unless I get bored and just, I know it's not really that hard. That's kind of the other thing. I still have some in there, and I could just, you know, every night, hey, just do it anyway. And maybe I will, but as of now, I'm going to say it doesn't work for me. The other thing I wanted to review was this hair loss shampoo right here. Okay. So it's called, look at the sticker really just shocks me right there. I've been using this. So this is from a company called Hair Restoration Laboratories. Hair Restoration DHT Blocking Shampoo. It says right here on the back, results, we're trying to get the glare out. It says results should become noticeable after 3 months of daily use. It says directions, just like anything else: apply to wet hair, leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, allow it to absorb, fully rinse out, shampoo your hair. Now I'm kind of bummed, and I apologize in advance. I literally just cut my hair yesterday, and I didn't even, I forgot that I wanted to make a video, of course, but you'll still kind of be able to see, you can still see some stubble and stuff, but I've been basically using this for about a year now. And I have not noticed any results at all. Again, I didn't really have high hopes. The funny thing is, I see it says extra strength. Like why would you not, if somebody's trying to regrow their hair, like why would you sell anything other than extra strength? I don't understand that. You know, like, do you want just a little bit, or do you want like the mat, like what? Yeah. And then I think, you know, I still get emails from these guys, and they're like, then we have like super strength or something. I'm like why would you? I mean, I know it's probably marketing, obviously, but you know, they say, oh, the first one, like the strength, I guess you would call it, not extra strength, just regular strength. They say, oh, you know, this one's even better than the other one, so the other ones suck. Like, I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, it's not like I spent, you know, $80 on this thing. I think it was only, when I bought it last year, I want to say it was $19.99. So it's not like I paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I didn't expect a lot from this because I've tried, you know, I've been losing my hair on my head since I was noticeably, I mean, I was probably around for the least maybe about 10 to maybe 12 or 13 years. That would be, I'm trying to think, that would put me back around. So actually we'll say about 2000, when it started to become like really, really like noticeable that I couldn't really, like, I don't want to say hide it, because I never did like the comb over or anything, but noticeable to the point where I started shaving my head regularly. That's probably at least 10 years, probably 10, 11 years. So, but I really started, like, people started commenting that I was losing it probably when I was about 24. So you could start to see like a little spot in the back of my head, I guess. Now I'm not really good at YouTube and like uploading pictures and stuff, but I could put a picture of, like, I used to have really thick, of course, when I was in high school, like my hair was so thick, like there was hats I couldn't even wear sometimes because my hair was so thick. And in my hairline, you know, I mean, my hair, if my hair grew in, I'd still have a pretty decent, you know, front hairline here. I mean, it's, you know, for my age, it's really not that bad as far as receding. My issue is, you know, on the top. If I had a receding hairline and I was good back here, I actually wouldn't shave my head. I really, that doesn't bother me, but I don't like the spot. I don't like that bald spot. It just bothers me. Makes me feel really, really old. And it's just a constant reminder of what used to be there for me. At least when I shave my head, it's all gone pretty much. Now, I don't usually bick it. I will once in a while. Sometimes in the summertime I do, just because it's easy, you know, swimming, and I just like the water, and it's just because I don't have to cut my hair once a week. Usually if I bick my head, I can get away with it cutting my hair every 2 weeks. But this, you know, this stuff here, if you're thinking of buying it, you know, I would probably say not. I mean, it smells okay. Like, I did my hair was probably about an inch long until yesterday. There was kind of a part of me that about a month ago, you know, I just decided to like not do anything other than just trim here. Like, I just let it all grow, my head, my face, like everything. But I really, I wasn't expecting this to like regrow my whole head. So let me see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I mean, I basically have, if I let my hair grow in, I basically have good coverage, you know, here on the sides, obviously, and in the back. The balding kind of starts now, probably about right here. And then you can kind of, there's definitely a distinct, like, when I run my finger over it, you can feel like the stubble, and then it kind of stops right here. and then resumes again like right here. Now there are, I mean, you can't, you know, obviously on camera you can't see it. There are little, like I feel stubble where the bald is, but it's not like, that, you know. It's hairs that are getting so fine to the point where they're probably just, you know, when I let it grow in, there was still a big, you know, there was still a spot here. There was little dark hairs that were coming in, but it, you know, it wasn't, it wasn't filling in at all. So I'm pretty disappointed in it. I mean, I don't know, you know, we read a lot of reviews, and, you know, we're all after a miracle cure. You know, I wish, the only thing that ever worked for me that I know for a fact worked for me was the Propecia, the finasteride, you know, whether it's generic or the real thing. That's the only thing that I know worked for me 100%, because people like commented. I knew it. I took pictures back then. Now again, I started taking that in like 2007, I want to say, 2006, 2007. I started taking that, you know, religiously every day, because I wanted to see if it would work. And it not only did it work, I mean, now I wasn't like this back then, so got to keep that in mind. I was noticeably thinning, at least back here. I could let this grow in back then in like 2007 and 8. I could let this grow in, and all of the rest of it was still really thick. And then I just had this spot here that was, you know, noticeably thin. You could see it from a distance. It wasn't completely bald, but you could see there was some things happening there. So when I took the Propecia, not only did it fill that in, it like literally almost thickened my hair back up to when I was a teenager. Not completely, but almost. I mean, it was pretty damn close. Like I had a couple people ask me if I was wearing a wig, because people that hadn't seen me in a while. Now, over time, when you see someone every day, unless they go from this to like a full head of hair, like, you don't really notice it. So I know for a fact the only thing that worked for me was the Propecia. I did start taking that again last year, but as I'm getting older, like, I just don't care as much as I did, you know, 10, 15 years ago. I mean, yeah, am I lying? Would it be great to have a full head of hair again and like comb it? And yeah, I mean, you know, of course, I'm not going to lie and say, you know, it wouldn't be. But I don't know. I'm just not as motivated as I was in my, you know, mid to late 20s and 30s. Like early 30s. I just don't care as much anymore. Like, I'm not dating, you know, I'm married. I've been married for a decade now. Like, it's, you know, it's more of a self-esteem thing, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel less attractive, like, than I did. I mean, because one of the things that I used to have going for me was my hair and my eyes. And when the hair goes, that's kind of one of the reasons I don't bick my head. I just like the way stubble looks rather than like a shiny skull. Like I said, I still do it once in a while, but I just keep the stubble. So my plan is, I'm gonna keep using this. I mean, it's lasted a long time. Well, obviously, I mean, I don't really have any, you know, hair. I'm trying to see if there's a way I could see how much is left. Hard to tell. Let me see, maybe if I put this lighter next to it, I'll be able to kind of look through. No, it's too hard to see. I mean, there's at least half left. So what I do, I used to have this in the shower, but it's just too big. So I just went to like Walmart and bought one of those little shampoo bottles, like it's like this big, and I just fill it up and then keep it in the shower and then refill as necessary. But that, again, I filled that up probably 7-8 months ago, and that's only like half empty in there. And so I still got this. So I mean, it lasts me a long time because I don't have I'm not working with a lot of surface area, you know, that I have to clean. A little tiny dime-sized shampoo will cover my whole head. But I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna keep using it. You know, and there's a lot of things that I think about back, you know, that I was doing back then. Right in here, people will say, oh, the smoking, that, you know, causes hair. there's so many things they say cause hair loss. I mean, sure, does it speed it up? Maybe. I don't know. I was smoking in my teens. Like, I was smoking when my hair grew, when the Propecia worked. I've been smoking for, over 20 years. So, whether it's helping or hurting, well, it's not helping, but whether it's hurting, again, at this point, I don't really care. Like I said, I am going to keep using it, but I don't think that I'm going to, upon reviewing this, to me, it doesn't work. This is a waste of money. I'm just going to use it again because it's shampoo. I paid money for it, and it's going to at least clean my head. It'll get the dirt off, and it doesn't smell bad. I mean, it smells pretty good, so there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just going to use it till it's empty, but don't waste your money on this thing. It really doesn't. Again, it doesn't work. And my philosophy on hair loss products is, there are people that some stuff just doesn't work for them. Propecia doesn't claim to have a 100% success rate. It's pretty high. I mean, I think it's like high 80s or low 90s, but there are some people that drugs and this kind of stuff just doesn't work on. But my philosophy is if something worked for you in the past, then other stuff should work too. Like if this truly does stop hair loss and reverse it. Now, again, I'm not, so dumb as to think that completely bald spots will regrow hair. I know that can't happen. The only way that can happen is with like a hair transplant or cloning or whatever the hell they're doing. Once it's gone, it's gone. No shampoo or pill is going to bring it back. If there's still hair there, there's a chance that you can get it back. But I just feel that if something works for you, then other stuff should work too. So if this really did what it said it did, it should work for me because I had good results on the Propecia. So if Propecia is supposed to do the same thing, it blocks the DHT. If this does that, if this legitimately did that, then it should have worked for me because again, I had luck on the Propecia. So I would say, don't waste your time or your money on that. But it's not really that expensive. I'll even tell you their website. Hair Restoration Laboratories LLC.com. So there, if you want to go and check it out for yourself. I mean, the thing is, it says it's a synergistic blend of 21 natural DHT blockers. Our exclusive formula is formulated to address hair loss, hair thinning, and associated hair and scalp conditions. It encourages thicker hair and a healthier scalp. So it doesn't technically say that it'll regrow your hair. It says address it and encourage thickness, but it doesn't say that it will grow it back. Now, of course, when they advertise it to you, they say it does, but on the bottle, if you ever try to look on it on the bottle, it says clinically formulated to dramatically assist with hair. See, they're very clever in the wording on the actual bottle. In the marketing, they'll say whatever they want. But it does say at the bottom, restore your hair with Hair Restoration Laboratories. It says restore. So if we look up the definition of the word restore, it means to like make new again. So that to me, I don't know. But if you want to try it out, go ahead. I think it said at the time, they're always having these specials. It's either like $20 or $24. Again, I mean, a shampoo, this has lasted me over a year. So as far as the quantity, no complaints there. I mean, $20 a year for shampoo, well, more than a year, because this is going to last me probably at least another 6 to 8 months at least. And I use this daily. It says you got to use it daily. So I just, rinse off. I basically put this on very first. Like as soon as I get in the shower, I wet my head, I put this on, and then I leave it and do everything else like shave or, wash myself or whatever I'm doing. This always goes on first. That way it at least always has. It says you only got to leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, which if you do any research, 3 to 5 minutes is not enough time for anything to absorb into your scalp. But so mine's probably on there for 10 minutes, at least. So depending on if I'm, Obviously lately it doesn't take me long to shave in the shower because I'm only shaving down here. Like normally if I was clean faced, you know, it would take me a long time. I gotta go down and up and sideways. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you an update on that. Again, I would say don't waste your money. Really, like I said, the only thing that ever worked for me, 100% I know for a fact worked for me, was Propecia. So I'm back on that. And again, I'm using this shampoo still. I'm not going to stop. I mean, I paid money for it, and it is still a shampoo. I just don't think it helps regrow anything. So I appreciate you watching. Any questions or comments, I'm always welcome. And we'll see you on the next one.